What's up YouTube, I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, competitive games from tabletop to video games, and today we are reviewing the Transformers crossover Dracula. Now some of you might be thinking, what's his poison? Energon, blood, risky, visor? Now these are all good questions that you should not be asking here. Now if we remove the pop culture reference, you have now paid $80 for a 2-inch figure that comes with a napkin. Yes, this figure is not worth it unless you are a big classic monster horror fan. So definitely I wouldn't advise to get this figure otherwise. But you can tell right away that they put a lot more effort in the packaging than the actual figure by making this actually truly a robot in disguise. Because most kids don't even know what a VHS is. Now with that being said, let's get started on the review. Here is Dracula in his alt mode. Now as you can clearly see, it's not really that amazing with the cape, but that's what it recommends in the instruction. Now I was hoping that maybe they should have done a VHS as the alt mode. I think that would have been a lot better, but let's see how it looks without the cape and probably without that gun sticking out like that. Me personally, I think the back and everything set like this looks a lot better without the cape and the gun sticking out, but also that means that there's no storage room for the cape and his blasters. But honestly, it does look a lot better. Now let's go into a size comparison. So here is the cape side by side with a Kleenex. As you can see the size difference. Here he is side by side with the Masterpiece, Frenzy, and Rumble. And here he is next to the Transformer crossover Ghostbuster Ectotron. Now for transformation. Here is Dracula in his robot mode. Now as you can see, it does look amazing, especially with the cape. I definitely have it displayed like this. Now for articulation, it clearly doesn't have much articulation. We're going to show you a little bit. It's pretty basic. It doesn't really have ankle pivot or movements, and most of the joints are on ball joints. So we're going to get into a quick look of articulation. So removing his cape just to demonstrate all the articulation that he has. So we're going to take just a close look. This thing looks amazing, detail as well. You can see that the head definitely could move up and down a little bit. It's on a ball joint. Most of it is all on a ball joint. The only thing I didn't show you from the bat was actually that the mouth can open a little bit, which I think is quite cool. And the wings could actually spread, so you could actually display him without the cape and it looks just fine. Then we have the gun as well, that honestly, it does not look good. This is a terrible looking gun and there's no point in it. I didn't really see any value. You could definitely display his weapon by these two attaching. So you could actually take this off like this and point out these claws, and you can actually place the claws right over here and then have the other gun on the other hand like this. So that's fine, not the end of the world. Now for the arms, like I said, everything's on the ball joint, as you can clearly see. Elbow bend, nothing on the wrist. For legs, basic kick, bend, and the ankles could lift only up and down. Now the only thing that's good is that it's on a slant, so you could actually do some posing with it, but not as much as you would think, as you can see. But still a very cool figure, especially just to display. And also if you're collecting the crossover, this is definitely one I do enjoy, and I'm hoping that they're going to do more monsters as well. Now with that being said, let's go into size comparison. Here he is side by side with Ectotron. As you can clearly see, there is a size difference, and this is what I mean by he is quite small compared to the other crossovers, and I think they should have actually made him a lot taller, at least equal to Ectotron, because Ectotron isn't that big of a figure. But I would definitely wouldn't mind having him as scale to most Masterpiece like Shockwave. As you can see, this would have been the perfect size for me, and especially to have him displayed. Now I know it's not realistic for Hasbro to make a Masterpiece version of a crossover, but as we saw compared to the X-Wing, that the X-Wing was quite tall. I'll actually bring it out. As you can see, it didn't have to be as tall as the X-Wing. If it was between at least Ectotron and Shockwave, I would be happy with the size, not the current size that it is right now. I think it's just too small, and honestly, they should have done a better job with this figure. And that's it for a Transformers crossover Dracula. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and especially subscribe to the channel since we have a lot of giveaways we're planning on doing, and especially as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you guys want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.